Yes. And who are you?
My name is Syam Rasika. I'm a disciple of His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Swami. I was born already into the movement since my parents were for a couple of years devotees before I was born.
Okay.
I was brought up in Russia, in the coldest part, in Siberia. I went there to school and then I moved to Mayapur, where I went to the Gurukula at the age of 15.
Okay, that was how many years ago?
And that was almost 8 years ago. Now I'm turning 23.
Okay, yeah. So Gurukul, as we know, is a very important aspect or part of the Varnashram and Vedic, let's say, system. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience in Mayapur, some of the maybe highlights of your stay in Mayapur, your studies there? How was your experience in Mayapur overall, let's say?
Well, to start with, that was the best time of my life being in Gurukul.
Okay. Why?
Just cool.
Okay. Uh-huh.
In one word, it's just cool.
Right.
Like, the teachers, the boys, the interrelationship is very personal.
Okay, right.
Like, in ISKCON, we can have guru-disciple, but they don't meet too often.
Right.
But there you have the teacher who is constantly on top of you, can guide you, can tell you what's right, what's wrong.
Right.
And can correct you. And if you have some problem of each, you can always contact.
Right. So you were like a resident student in the Gurukula as such?
Yeah, staying at the ashram.
In the ashram, yeah. What kind of subjects did you study?
They teach astrology, Vedic math,
Okay.
English, and Sanskrit according to Jiva Goswami's Harinamrita Vyakarana.
Okay.
Obviously mantras, yagyas, pujas.
Right.
And did I mention Bengali?
Right.
Because it's the local language.
Right.
That's our... Oh, and Kung Fu.
Oh, Kung Fu also. You took up Kung Fu.
Green belt.
Green belt. Okay, yeah. I saw a video. They made a few videos on that.
Yeah.
Quite interesting. When one stays in Gurukul, like in Mayapur, one gets any holidays, or how does that work?
Okay, the holidays, total, you get 20 days a year.
Okay.
The largest gap of holiday we get is from Janmashtami until I guess Radhashtami, which is in 10 days or so, 12 days.
Okay.
And then one more is 4 days after the Sima Chaturdashi, and another one 4 or 5 days after Nityananda Trayodashi. So a total of 20 days when you can go and just... The holidays meant only to spend time with parents. If you don't have parents present in Mayapur, no holidays for you.
Oh, is it?
Because brahmachari, what for?
Yeah, correct.
You don't take holiday from being brahmachari.
Right. Yeah. But how about traveling in India, for example?
Every summer, around mid-June till end of July, parikram around different places of India every year.
Oh, okay.
Like a few years ago was Himalayas, some time ago Gujarat, Rajasthan, South India.
Nepal, I think, maybe?
Nepal not yet, because there will be a visa problem because too many boys.
Oh, yeah. So a group of boys go with one or two teachers,
yeah,
I suppose. Yeah.
And then just visit ISKCON temples and then reside there and then visit the holy places around fishing too.
Do they force Gurukul boys to work hard?
Well, you can say like that. They don't force anyone to stay in a Gurukul, but right. If you stay, you have to follow.
Okay. What kind of activities besides their, let's say, academics, for example, cleaning?
Lots of it.
Lots of cleaning.
Lots of cleaning, lots of sweeping, mopping the floor, washing. The cooking is also done fully by the boys themselves.
Okay.
Means from cutting the vegetables until the offering, the whole thing is done by boys.
Gardens?
Gardening, the some who are interested, they do that.
Okay. And
Like farming.
Cows?
Cows, there are currently around 12 to 15 cows and bulls altogether in Gurukul.
Okay.
And then everyone gets to learn how to deal with cows.
Okay.
There is a group of boys rotating every 2 weeks, switching the seva.
Right.
So everyone gets to do the Goshala too. There are some who constantly take care of them, two or
Right.
three. And then there are the other ones who come and do seva.
That means, or that includes also like learning how to milk?
Of course.
Of course. Yes. So every day, I mean, Gurukul boys get milk.
They do get milk. Right now it's not sufficient to get just from our cows.
Okay.
Because currently I guess it's like 60, 70 boys. We need more cows for that.
All right. From where most of the boys come from?
Well,
Besides Russia?
besides Russia, there are a lot of Russians, like maybe 15 of them.
15 Russians, okay.
15 Russians, there are some local Indians, there are some Indians from Arabic countries, like
Oh.
Dubai and all that.
Yeah.
Then internationally, few Americans, few from Brazil,
Okay.
Ecuador, Colombia, Spain, China. Well, it's international Gurukul.
Yeah, correct. And generally one would stay, I was asking that question, for how long would one study or stay in Mayapur as a Gurukul student?
Originally, it's encouraged to come at the age of 5 to 7 and stay until 23, 25. That is the best.
Okay.
But then, due to different circumstances, parents or coming to at a late age or whatever, works out that boys stay in the Gurukul until 2022,
Right.
and then majority joins at around 12.
Okay.
But then, because there are so many, you cannot really make a general statement.
Right.
But
So
it's always advised to stay more than 20.
more than 20 years of age?
Yes.
Okay. Uh-huh. And what is there a ratio in terms of teachers and students, or how does that work?
Okay, first of all, there are basically two deans of the school.
Okay.
They're under His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is the one who opened the Gurukul basically.
Yeah.
And then there are a few more teachers who teach various subjects.
Mhm.
But then right now, in the past few years, the older boys who were before the youngest ones and who joined the Gurukul when they were 8 and now they turned 20,
Right.
so they also became teachers.
Okay.
And they teach the younger generation of students.
One of the devotees, I believe, teaching or very closely connected with the Gurukul is Samba Prabhu.
Yeah.
He's also, I think, helping to develop like Varnasrama College.
Yeah.
How is that coming along, or what are the plans for that? Do you know?
As far as I know, they're in the process of building a whole village. There is a part of land not so far away from the main Gurukul campus.
Right.
And then that's going to be basically like a Varnasrama village, mostly for devotees who wish to retire
Mm-hmm.
and to live like a Vedic lifestyle.
Okay. Uh-huh. And every day, because Gurukul is a little bit distant from the main temple, how often do students go to the temple? Like every day or every week, or it depends?
It depends. There are the boys who go to Upanayana, means the Vedic Brahmana initiation.
Okay.
So they go to the temple only once a week on Sunday, because during the week they do the deity worship for the Gurukul deities.
Okay.
Those boys who have not received the second initiation, means not the second, it's different, Upanayana initiation,
Okay.
they go to the temple for every Mangalarati to the Radha Madhava main temple.
Okay. Just once in the morning.
Yeah.
Basically, and then they come back and
And
spend
then they
the
come
rest.
back, morning service, and then the schedule goes on.
Do you know of any other Gurukuls within our ISKCON society similar to Mayapur?
No. There are some Gurukuls, but similar to Mayapur, no.
Right.
It's unique.
So now you you graduated, so to speak, or finished your studies, a few years ago?
Like 4.
4 years back. What have you been doing since the last 4 years?
After that, I went and finished my A-level Cambridge degree, also in Mayapur International School.
Okay.
And after that, I took up the service of an ashram teacher at International School Prabhupada Ashram
Okay.
for the boys. And after that, to make my living, I was taking tourists around India.
Throughout India?
Yeah.
Okay. And now you have recently come, like yesterday, to Hong Kong. What are your upcoming or future plans?
Well, more recently, like 20 minutes before I spoke with Chandrasekhar Prabhu.
Okay.
Now I have an answer.
Very, very recent. Okay.
Well, the plan is in Hong Kong until my visa expires, which is 14 days for me.
Okay.
So after that, I'm going to the mainland to Beijing. We'll
Right.
spend the whole month there.
Right.
After that, return here again for 2 weeks to
Mhm.
get my new China visa.
Right.
And by then go back to China, where will be the anniversary of ISKCON festival.
Oh, I see. Okay. The Golden Jubilee
Yeah.
celebration. Okay. This is your first time to Hong Kong?
To Hong Kong, to China,
Yeah.
both.
Okay. So do you have any, because very often people, our own devotees have various questions, even sometimes reservations about Gurukul, that it may be okay, but then, does it really prepare someone to fit in society later on? Things like that. What would you respond to that kind of question or concern?
I could say like that if the boy who went to the Gurukul, he actually sincerely tried to study there properly, to follow his dharma of being brahmachari,
Mm-hmm.
serving to the teachers, doing his duty, doing his dharma of a student,
Mm-hmm.
then we know the saying that the one who protects dharma, dharma protects him.
Right.
And naturally, his life will be taken care of. It's not a big deal, because by properly following the Gurukul system, the person develops intelligence, and then naturally, if needed, he can come out. And there are boys who just in 1 or 2 years they completed all of the high school and they
Mhm.
move on to college if they feel like.
Yeah. So in other words, the system naturally equips one with whatever one may need, or the sufficient intelligence, as you explained, to take up some additional study or whatever it may be.
Yeah, basically, if you follow your duty, but that's how it is. If you please the teachers, if you please the Dharma, Krishna, by following Dharma.
Yeah. Any statistics regarding how many boys remain brahmacharis, for example?
At current, there are 1, 2, 3 boys who are wearing saffron. The system of Gurukula is such that even though all the students are brahmacharis, everyone wears white.
Okay.
Because the saffron, they let to wear only those who first of all received second initiation,
Yeah.
and beside that, they plan to be lifelong brahmachari. If you don't plan to be lifelong, then you have to wear white.
Right. Okay. So then those who wear saffron are, we could say, dedicated or
Yeah.
to being brahmachari. Okay. Any last minute thought or suggestion to people who might be interested to know more about Gurukul, or
I would say which Gurukul can give to the person is, as what Prabhupada told us, he wanted us to become gentlemen.
right?
And Gurukul can teach one that. And as we know, even in modern society at present, if someone needs to go and get the job, the academics are not as important, rather the personal character and qualities. And if the person who went through Gurukul properly developed it, he can be easily moving through his life.
Yeah. That is probably, not probably, I think Prabhupada emphasizes how character is the main, at least in the very early beginning, the emphasis in terms of education, developing good character, proper character, and then that can carry on.
And what else? I can add that very often devotees ask Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, well, your Gurukul is supposed to make leaders of the society. How many leaders did we get?
Right.
Well, there is one here, Chandrasekhar Prabhu, but then how many more besides?
Right.
What Maharaj said, that if the person is able to come out and be able to lead himself and at least his family in a proper way,
Right.
and according to the Vedic culture, Vaishnava etiquette,
Right.
that's already a success. It's
Yes.
not that everyone has to become a leader.
There are different levels of leaders as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. Leading a family or being responsible also. Yeah. And actually in Vedic culture, Brahmanas are leaders, Kshatriyas are leaders, but those who take on different responsibilities where they have people working under them, for example, and adults, parents rather, are also natural leaders. Okay, very good. Thank you. Hare Krishna.